Hey, it's Marcus here from the freetrafficskills.com traffic series. And today what we're going to be doing is talking about free SEO traffic. Okay, for those who don't know, SEO means search engine optimization. Okay? What this means is the art of optimizing your site to get ranked in the search engines. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this and show you how it works. Now, when you go to Google or MSN or Yahoo or any other search engine for that matter, you are going to do a search, right? You do a search in the box and you're going to see several results. Sometimes there's tens of millions of results. Sometimes there's like 50. Sometimes there's like a billion. All right, and we want to look at these results in two different segments. One, you're going to see advertisements, okay? The advertisements will say like ads by Google or ads or sponsored listings. This is the place where we have what's called pay-per-click marketing. Those people are paying every time their ad is clicked on and you visit their site. Pretty cool, right? It's a good way to get traffic, although it could be kind of competitive and really expensive if you don't know what you're doing. On the other hand, below those sponsored listings, you are going to see the free or organic listings, okay? That's what we're focusing on here, free organic. Okay, we call them organic because the nature of a search engine is to display results based on what people search for. Okay, so Google's job and MSN's job and Yahoo's job is to give you what you want, right? You search for a pizza restaurant, they want to go and find pizza restaurants in your local area. You search for foot remedies, they want to find something related to foot remedies. The better job they do of pleasing you as a searcher, the more you're going to use their search engine and the more money they're going to make, the better they're going to do as marketers and everything like that. Okay, so really cool. We want to really focus on that. So Google wants to make the searcher happy. Okay, so I'll put the searcher here. Okay, they want to make the searcher happy. Okay, they don't care about you, they care about the searcher. Google, MSN, Yahoo cares what this guy thinks. It doesn't matter how good you think your site is, if that guy doesn't like your site, you're out. Okay, very important. So we want to keep this in mind when we're talking about all the Google updates, the panda, the penguins, and all the updates that Google comes out with. They come out with those updates because they think whatever you're doing to get ranked is not making this guy happy and not serving him relevant results. Very, very, very important. Now that we know what Google's main goal is and Yahoo's goal and MSN's goal is to keep this guy happy and make sure he gets what he searches for, let's talk about the ways Google, Yahoo, MSN, and all those other guys rank sites. Okay? You're going to have these results. Sometimes if we were to do a search for like make money or mortgage, you're going to see hundreds of millions of results displayed, which means if you want to rank for those words, you are now competing with hundreds of millions of people. Now, some of these might be people who are deliberately going after the word through search engine optimization. Other people might simply just have the word or phrase on their website. Okay, so some of them are competitors, some of them are inadvertent competitors, some of them just wrote a blog and said make money or mortgage or whatever. Okay, so we want to take a look at the most important factors when trying to rank. The first, number one factor, this is the one so many people miss. All right, the number one factor is to go for the right keyword. Okay? And what I'm going to show you in this video on the second half, for those of you who bought into the free traffic course, I'm actually going to show you how to get results while waiting for rankings. Okay, sometimes it takes a while to build up rankings and start to get traffic and everything. And what I'm going to do in the second half of the video, for those of you who signed up at freetrafficskills.com, is I'm going to show you not only how to go for the right keyword, but also how to get results while you're waiting for those big rankings on the big words you want. Okay, because it's a building process, and a lot of people grow weary trying to get these things ranked because they're going for the wrong keyword. So what we want to do, I'm going to hop in the computer in just a little bit for the second half of this video, and I'm going to show you how to determine what the best word is for your market. So the number one thing is go for the right keyword. When I used to own a search engine optimization company, clients would call me and they say, Marcus, I want to rank for the word money, or I want to rank for the word scooters or gas scooters or whatever. And they would try to do this, and I'd be like, okay, well, it's going to take me 6 months and it's going to be $100,000 to rank for this word. And they were like, okay, well, I don't have $100,000, and my guess is, if you're watching this video, neither do you. So what we have to do is we have to focus on the right keywords. Instead of gas scooters, I found the word gas-powered scooters for cheap. All right, people were typing this in by the boatloads, and instead of ranking for gas scooters, I ranked for this other word, and I was able to sell about $16,000 worth of scooters every month from this one word. So what we're looking at here is, one, people are going to look for the cream of the crop obvious word. Everyone's going to do this. It's going to make it more competitive. Gas scooters would be the example. All right, now there's subcategory words that you could go for, and if I can make 16 grand on gas-powered scooters for cheap, maybe I can also make another 16 off of electric-powered scooters for cheap, or gas-powered scooters for 10-year-olds, or gas-powered scooters safety, or something like that, right? And I'm going to have a better chance of selling, and over time I'm going to build up the same amount of income as that guy who's spending all the money and doing the work for the big word anyway. So the first key to making organic rankings work is to go for the right keyword. All right? In the second half of this video, I'm going to show you how to do keyword research the right way. Now, once you found your keyword, okay, let's say you found a keyword and you're like, hey, this looks good, I think I can rank for it. Once you find that keyword, there are two factors that the search engines look at. One is what we call on-site. Okay? This is kind of like you standing here, okay? And you're standing here and you have this megaphone, right? Here's your megaphone. Try to draw a megaphone there, okay? And you are telling the world what your site is about, okay? So on-site factors are you on your website saying, this is what my website is about. You do this through content, you do this through keywords, you do this through your title tag, okay? Makes it really easy if you follow along with our WordPress ranking tips, very easy. Title tag, you got meta tags, okay? You have in content keywords, relevant words, pages on your site, etc. Okay? Now, when we look at this, I would say, okay, well, if I'm doing this gas-powered scooter site, I want to find these words. So I might find gas-powered scooters for cheap. Okay? I would make a page about this. On my page, whether it's using WordPress blog, whether it's using a HTML site, whatever it is, right? I would now want to use the keyword gas-powered scooters for cheap in my title, in my meta tags, which is like the keyword stuff. If you're using WordPress, you could do this with SEO plugins and things like that. We cover that in the Simple Sites course at simplesitesbonus.com and in the free traffic course. In content keyword, right, I would want to make my content about gas-powered scooters for cheap. I would want to use those words as many times as it makes sense without being redundant and not making sense, right? We want to make sure it flows and everything. Next, we want to use relevant links. All right, if we have another site for like gas-powered scooters for expensive, then I would want to link to that and then make a page about that. Okay, the more pages you have that are relevant, that are good, the more rankings you're going to get. And I got to tell you, I would rather have 2,000 rankings for secondary keywords that are very targeted than one ranking for a keyword that's like not that targeted and super competitive. Why? Because if I get bumped out of my ranking for that one word, I'm screwed. All my money, all my work is down the drain. If I have 2,000 little dudes working for me in the search engines that are easy to get and easy to rank and maintain, then I'm going to do a lot better. This is the same thing I do on my YouTube and everything like that, right? The title of the YouTube video, the tags of the YouTube video, everything, okay? So, first of all, we have our on-site content. This is stuff that you control, okay? Pretty cool. So number one is on-site. These are the things that you do on your site to attract the search engines. Let me get a different color here. And we're going to take a look at number two, which is off-site. Okay? Not only do the search engines look at what you say with your megaphone saying, hey guys, this is what my site's about. Here's the title, here's the meta, here's the end content. Okay, great. Now you could have the most perfectly optimized page, right? The right amount of keywords, the right amount of this. And a lot of people get obsessed about this stuff. They're like, wow, you need to have a keyword index rating of 3.25. Not really. All right, if you have the right keyword, all you need to do is have the right title and some content that's relevant that these guys are going to be happy about, right? Remember, it's all about these guys. If they're not happy with your content, they're out of there. So if you're going to talk about gas-powered scooters, you better tell them about gas-powered scooters and not dictionary stuff, right? Look at the intent, which is another thing, right? Intent. Why does this guy want gas-powered scooters or recipes or whatever? Okay, a lot of people think that just having content about the topic fits. No, 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 no. We need content about the intent. Very important, okay? If we're going for someone who's looking for, like, how do I know if I'm an alcoholic or functioning alcoholic or whatever, all right, we don't want to define the history of alcoholism and where it comes from. We want to give them a 10-step guide of, hey, answer these questions. If you got 7 right, you're probably an alcoholic. If they're looking for recipes, okay, they want the recipe. They don't want, like, the history of recipes and cooking. They want the recipe for chili or whatever they're looking for. Okay, so very important that we always keep in the back of the mind why this guy searched, his intent, what's going to make him happy, what keyword he used, and then we make our site about that. And secondly, what the search engines look at is off-site stuff. What do other sites say about you? Okay, now these could be things like Yahoo News. You could do directory listings. Okay, oftentimes I could pay for a directory listing and make it work good. Facebook, you could do, and a lot of these are what is known as inbound links. Okay, we'll call them IBLs, inbound links. Those are links coming into your site. So the directory would link to your site and it would have a title. Hopefully the title is going to match your keyword. Okay, if the title matches your keyword, Google's going to be like, hey, check it out. Yahoo Directory says that Marcus's site is about, gas-powered scooters for cheap. And then he goes to my site and they go, wow, Marcus's site is about gas-powered scooters for cheap. Pretty cool. Let's rank him. Okay. Also, if you have Yahoo News doing that, if you have directories and Facebook doing that, what's happening is Google's listening to all these people saying, wow, this must be what it's about because that's what's keeping our users happy, which is why they are linking to this site, right? It's very cool. It's like when you look at search engine optimization, and where it came from a lot of like college people. Okay, the Google people started in college and a lot of these other people started in college. Now, when you write a college paper, according to my knowledge, I never went to college except one time when I used to be a street preacher. I went with a buddy to his religion class. But when you're in college, you write a paper. So here's your paper, okay? Now, on your paper, you have your title, you have your thesis or whatever, okay? Now, in your article or in your paper, you also have links to sources and related stuff, okay? So if you're like, okay, well, this paper is about search engine optimization and the theory put out by Bob Jones, okay? And you're like, okay, Bob Jones, whatever, I cite Bob Jones, okay? Now, the search engine started very similar. They said, well, this is interesting because now we have this giant stack of papers by all these kids in college, okay? How are we going to index these? How's it going to work? Well, they said, well, what if we went by the sources? So if 1,000 people in their article about science reference Newton, okay, and say laws of physics or whatever, okay, if 1,000 people write their paper on science and they say, I learned this from Newton's law of physics, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to say, Newton must be about laws of physics. okay, or whatever. Okay, so what they're doing is they're saying, okay, we are now ranking it based on what all these articles, all these papers say. So this must be what they're about. Now the same thing's happening on search engines, right? Here's your paper. Your paper's going to rank because it's about this stuff. This is your website, your blog. Now, the off-site stuff is kind of like these other papers that are like, hey, check it out. You know, I was searching for how to find a scooter, and Marcus's site came up pretty good, and I found a scooter for 300 bucks. The other sites had it for 500. Boom. There's a link, which is like a reference. Okay, very important, very easy to visualize now that we're understanding this. Next, they're going to look at all these things. Okay, so you got directories, you got Facebook, you have big sites. Okay, years ago when I was doing my search engine optimization company, we would go to the ClickBank marketplace and we would buy ads. I would do this because they did a direct link to our site. Now, Google has what they call, and I think it's still around, the Google Spider, okay? And in the old days, we called it the Google Dance, okay? And this Google Spider would look for sites, okay? Before the Google Spider, we had to actually go to the search engines and submit our sites and wait like 6 months for them to show up. Now, when Google came out with the Google Dance, what he did is he said, here are the sites that I know about. Okay, he has these sites, let's go up here. He has these sites in his database, right? He's like, I know that Facebook's here, I know YouTube's here, I know Google's here, I know the news site, CNN, whatever, okay? And he says, I know these sites. Now, if your link was on these sites, boom, you would get picked up in the next round of what was called the Google Dance. Okay, very important. This is how things happen. All right, now, if your link was on one of these sites, so let's say you have like CNN up here, okay, and your link is on, or someone else's site is on CNN, okay, and that other site now reference you, then you're going to get picked up in the next round. So it's pretty cool, right? So what's happening is all this off-site stuff is what the Google Spider is picking up. So he's like, okay, check it out. You know what? Marcus's site was on CNN, it was on Fox, it was on Yahoo News, and it said something about like presidential race. Okay, so Marcus is now linked from all these sites, and they're saying he's about presidential race, so now they rank you for presidential race. And it helps if your site is also about the presidential race and things like that. So what we want to look at is all this stuff working together. Okay, so first and foremost, what you want to do is you want to go for the right keyword. Going for the right keyword literally means you'll get ranked overnight if you do what I show you that I do in the second half of this video. I've had things rank literally in seconds. Like I think my record was 43 seconds. Okay, and top ranking traffic, boom, overnight, not even overnight, over seconds, right? Less than a minute. So number one, going for the right keyword is key, okay? We're going to show you how to do that in part 2 of this video. Next, you want to make your site about the keyword. Okay, so if I'm going for gas-powered scooters for cheap, I want to go get www.gaspoweredscootersforcheap.com or something close to it. Okay, then I want to make sure my title of my site or blog says gas-powered scooters for cheap, find prices here, or whatever. Then I want to make sure my meta tags or my SEO plugins also say gas-powered scooters for cheap and everything like that. I want to make sure that the content in the articles are called, you know, or have the words gas-powered scooters for cheap. Like when I upload an image, instead of it being called image 0019462.jpg, I want to have it named gas-powered scooters for cheap, scooter one, okay, .jpg, or whatever, okay? This is going to help you, right? These are image links, and your image will get picked up. This is why people use Pinterest. This is why people use all this. This is the off-site stuff, right? Pinterest, whatever, okay? So we look at that, and it's going to start to rank, and your images will start to rank and everything like that. We also want to make sure we have relevant links, okay? Links to the images and things like that, links to the site. Very simple. All you got to do is make sure that all this stuff is fluid, right? All this stuff like speaks the same language. We want to make sure that our keyword language is what we're speaking on our site. We want to make sure when we get backlinks and things like that, which I'll show you how to do as well, that this stuff speaks the language of your keyword, right? Mix it up a bit. On this directory, put gas-powered scooters cheap. This one put cheap gas-powered scooters. This one put gas-powered scooters cheaper than ever, whatever, right? Mix it up a little so it looks natural. Okay, and these are your inbound links, and boom, you will have the rankings. And you do this over and over, and it's very simple. I know it seems like a big process, big and complicated, but 9 times out of 10, having the keyword is everything. This is 99% of the journey, right? This is 99% of the journey. This is how I have many, many different things ranked for my topics. Now, cool things you can do to boost this is realize that the Google spider is in love with itself, right? If it looked in a mirror, it's just gonna fall in love because it loves itself. So let's look at what Google looks at, right? Google directory. They also look at YouTube because they own YouTube, which by the way is the 2nd largest search engine in the world, right? So if I make a little YouTube video about gas-powered scooters for cheap, in the description I put a link to my site, boom. Overnight, we're going to start to get picked up. If I put a Yahoo directory listing, again, I don't make the listing about gas scooters. I make it about gas-powered scooters for cheap or whatever the exact keyword I'm going after is. Very, very simple. Okay, there's some tips and some tricks, some directories we have for you, and some things you can look at in the second half of this video and on the links that are part of the free traffic skills class. So we want to look at this and we want to start to understand how it works. Don't overcomplicate it. It's actually very simple. Number 1, keyword. Number 2, you control what's on your site. Your titles and everything like that need to match, okay? Then get your off-site stuff, right? Sometimes we could just go to a big site and buy a link for $100 and boom, that does the trick, okay? But again, remember, keyword is everything. So I'm gonna hop in the computer. We're gonna show you how this stuff works. We're gonna go through showing you how to find the right keyword, and then also how to look at the homepage of Google for that keyword and see what comes up and how you can do this. For the rest of you watching, if you want the rest of these videos, I would highly recommend either getting Simple Sites Big Profits, the software, simplesitesbonus.com, or if you just want the traffic video series, go to freetrafficskills.com. Sign up. There's over 16 videos just on traffic, and this is number 2. So I hope you enjoy it. For the rest of you who already joined, I'm going to hop in the computer and you'll be able to see the rest of this video. Hey guys, it's Marcus here with a quick little tip on how to get my latest YouTube videos and also be notified when we go live on our live webcast trainings. First of all, what you want to do, if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube, below any of my videos, including this one, you can actually click the subscribe button right here in red, like this, and it'll subscribe you to my YouTube channel. Then, once you've subscribed, go ahead and click this bell. This little bell means that you're going to get updates and cool little notifications every time I go live and everything like that. It'll say notifications from Affiliate Marketing MC, that's me, right? Click on send me all notifications for this channel and click save. Then you're done. Next time I go live or come out with a video, you'll be the first to know and you'll be able to learn how to make money online and live a good life and have fun and all that stuff. Thanks again for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.